Alright, you guys, I'm headed to Gold's down here in Charlotte at the Epicenter, and just looking at my macros, see what I can eat. Even though I'm on the road, man, you know, I still gotta check my macros, still gotta get ready for a show. That's what I'll be talking to you guys more about after I get done with this session that I'm about to do. Is I just want to kind of clear up some of the misconceptions of, you know, good and bad food and what you can eat. You know, two different things that it depends on, you know, if you're aiming for aesthetics versus if you're aiming for performance. Those are two different things that you'll have to prepare your body for in two different ways. So I'm gonna be coming to you guys with more of that soon. I'm sitting here in the parking lot here in Charlotte. I'm about to get me some Chipotle. I'll show you guys. Another place over there. Some Mediterranean grill. I'm not really sure what they have. But I have like my go-to things that I like to eat because I just know that it's gonna fit my macros. And that's kind of what I want to get into today. Okay, so what I wanted to get into today was just pretty much going to be just talking about, I know I said I was going to cover why the difference between performance and aesthetics when it comes to dieting, but I actually want to save that for another video because I've been getting a lot of people hitting me up asking me questions. I think this topic is going to be more beneficial. So if you're in fitness and you're still measuring or counting things by calories, you're way behind. If you're not into fitness, listen to what I'm about to tell you guys, because the power of being able to track your macros is a lot greater than just calories. They're two different things, but they equal the same exact thing. So when I say they're two different things, because if somebody is taking in 2,500 calories a day, and that's what they need to be doing to lose or gain weight, right? What if they're taking in 2,500 calories a day of the wrong macros that could have been manipulated to give them a different end result? For example, high carb and high fat, that's a horrible combination. So how do you know what you're taking in if you're just looking at it like, okay, this got 250 calories, okay, this has 150 calories. So let me explain to you what counting macros is. For every gram of protein, you have 4 calories. For every gram of carbs, you have 4 calories. And for every gram of fat, you have 9 calories. So if you look at those three different things, they end up equaling the same exact thing, but you're just measuring them in a different way. So if you were to do, let's say, high protein high fat, that's going to give you a different end result than if you're just saying, let me just take in X amount of calories per day. So you have two different people taking in the same amount of calories, but one is taking a deeper look, and it actually gives you a little bit more flexibility. One is taking a deeper look, right? And they're manipulating that to be able to give them the results they want. I have a client that I used this method on. Well, pretty much she wanted to come down, so I was decreasing her carbs, and it also depends on your body type, but I was decreasing her carbs while increasing her fat. So her calories somewhat stayed the same. Actually, they increased because she actually had more fat. And as she was losing weight because she didn't have as much carbs, when she got to where she wanted to get to, I started slowly pulling back up her carbs and I leveled off her fats. But I kept her protein somewhat. I moved it up and down a little bit depending on what she was weighing. But what actually happened was she was able to lose weight while eating more. And then when she started eating more and she had lost that weight, I bumped up her carbs. So she was eating more than she initially started eating. But it's just manipulating those variables. So that's just what I wanted to talk about, because a lot of people, whether you're in the fitness industry or you're not in the fitness industry, if you're in the fitness industry, you can't be, you need to be up to date with what's going on. This is what's going on nowadays. Flexible dieting, if it fits your macros, whatever you may call it. This is what the new trend is. I guess you could say, you don't even want to call it trend, but this is what works. Okay, tracking calories. I remember when I first entered bodybuilding, I had a guy tell me after I did my first show, he said, eat 2,500 calories a day, Josh, and you'll be good. I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting here, I'm throwing mayo all in my rice and my broccoli and my chicken breasts and stuff, and I'm just throwing mayo. I'm like, yeah, this is 2,500 calories. This is 2,500 calories. You know what I'm saying? I'm adding stuff up, not taking a deeper look at things because I didn't know. But I got fat. Like, I really got fat. I was like 210 pounds and I looked like, I don't know, man. I was 210 pounds. I looked like a black Barney. But anyways, so fast forward, I did a show. Dude plays better than me, and he's just kind of like eating ice cream and stuff. And no, I'm not saying you can eat bad or eat stuff that's, I don't even want to call it bad. I don't think that things are bad. Different foods, when it comes to carbs and stuff, break down at a faster rate. So if you eat a piece of candy, you can do that if you're about to work out right now. Okay, if you're about to work out right now, it's gonna break down. That's the only difference, is the breakdown time, and also the way it spikes your insulin levels. But that's another video and another topic for another day. But so the dude was placing better than me, but he had said, you know, I've been eating ice cream before I go to bed, and I'm like, dang, man, like, tell me what you've been doing. Like, how do you do this? And he's just like, yo, man, you need to get on If It Fits Your Macros, flexible dieting. You know, look it up. A lot of people are starting to do this, and I'm just like, okay. So I started looking it up. I started looking into what, how to formulate the macros due to your body weight. So I set my protein to like 1.1 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So I did 210 times 1.1. And I set my carbs and my fat wherever they needed to be, and I pretty much was tapering them to where they, you know, manipulated them, playing with the numbers. I ended up getting a new coach, and we kind of played with the numbers. He set me some numbers, but I was also, after training and stuff, my weight was the same, but I started looking different. And that's just because you're taking a deeper look at those variables and you're manipulating them until you get that desired look that you want. If you're not at the look that you want, well, between the three, you decide. You either, you know, you do the research yourself, or you can hire me, or you can hire another coach, and you manipulate those to be able to get them where you want, being able to make proper sound judgment calls. But that's just to go to show you that, you know, if you're just counting calories, you don't know really what you're taking in. You just know the ballpark. But what if your body type is, what if you need it to be, for what you're looking for, what if you need to increase your carbs? Or what if you need to increase your protein and your fat? It's like I said, it's different between different people. I'm just spitting out scenarios, but there is a lot that goes into it. And if you're not educated on it, I highly recommend you do your research on it. And I talked to a couple people about it. Doesn't seem like too many people are still tracking calories. But the few that are, just know that, you know, macros is the way to go. When I first started tracking macros, people are like, you know, Josh, you're tracking macros. I don't know what to say about that, but tracking macros, and if it fits your macros, flexible dieting doesn't mean I'm eating all junk food all day, okay? It means that I follow the 80-20 rule. So I do 80% clean every day, and I throw something dirty in, 20%. You know, when I'm cutting and I get really, really close to my show, that really narrows down. I'm not really able to fit as much in. It's not as fun. But if you're just a regular person trying to just diet, just to have a regular, nice body, you can easily do that. You can very, very easily do that. So it keeps down. Number one, what I found with my clients is I think that they lose weight. And this is what I personally think. I think that the individual will lose weight faster due to the fact that they can eat anything that they want. And I'm not literally saying anything that they want, but the fact that I'm not sitting here like, you need to eat this, 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 and that. So what happens when I get done giving you your meal plan? Okay, after you lose your weight, and then you start eating regular foods again, or what you used to eat, right? And you're not really educated on these macronutrients. So what happens after you get done training with me? That's why I like to teach all of my clients to track macros and flexible dieting, because mentally it's a lot more relaxing to know that, you know, I can have this over here as long as it fits these 3 numbers that my coaches gave me, or my personal trainer. Not necessarily that I'm gonna be able to have everything in there, but it's just something different, you know. Looking forward to the same thing every day, eating out of Tupperware and just eating the same exact thing, there's a time and place for that if you compete and if you're getting close to a show. But for an everyday person to contact the personal trainer and say, you know, I want this, this, and that to happen to my body, and then the personal trainer gives them, you know, just meals to follow, and you're supposed to eat that every day. What happens when you get done? You see what I'm saying? What happens when you get done with that personal trainer? Number one, you're not educated on what's really going into your body. They just kind of decreased your calories. They gave you the certain amount of foods that they want you to eat. You get done with them. If you didn't re-up your sessions, man, you're out here eating McDonald's again, or you're doing whatever, and then you go back to the personal trainer. And yes, personal trainers need business, but what I'm saying is that, you know, in order to fully educate your client on how to make those changes in life, macros is a very easy way. So like I said, I think that people mentally drop weight easier. They don't gain it back, because when you're done with your coach or your personal trainer, you know, okay, this is what I have followed strictly. I tracked every day. And now that he's, you know, I'm back to a regular point, I can kind of play around with my own numbers, and you kind of have a better sense of understanding with your own body. So, but I'm about to go ahead and get this Chipotle just to give you guys an example. Let me see. So today's been a pretty busy day. So far, I had 2 scoops of protein, so that equals out 5 grams of fat, 14 grams of carbs, and then 60 grams of protein. And I'm about to get this chicken bowl from Chipotle. It says it's got 22.5 grams of fat, 23 grams of carbs, and 77 grams of protein. Now, when you're using like MyFitnessPal and stuff like that, let me show you guys. When you're using MyFitnessPal, it's very, very good to understand that sometimes it's not going to be the most accurate. So you have to kind of, I like to really stay under my numbers for the day. Well, not really stay under, but I like to get really, really close to being around them, because sometimes the numbers that you look up are not going to be dead on. So what you would do is you would scan the product. That's going to be another video, but what you want to do is you want to make sure that it's a verified source that you're getting it from on MyFitnessPal. Because if you're just looking up, like, let's say you're having fried chicken from KFC, which you shouldn't, if you're dieting or something like that, you shouldn't be necessarily having that. But let's say you just type in fried chicken, right? It needs to be from KFC to understand, so the app can sit there and say, like, this is from KFC. This is what a lot of people are putting in the system. This is verified that this is what you're going to be getting in. Not just type in fried chicken and then type in 3 pieces. You know what I'm saying? Because that could be from anywhere. That could be from somebody's grandma that just put it in the app. But anyways, I'm really, really hungry, so I'm about to go ahead and get this Chipotle, and I'm going to be coming at you guys with more cool content soon. I hope you appreciate it and enjoyed this. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at ascension.athletics. Peace.